Tell me if this sounds familiar. You meet someone, the chemistry is great, but a few months in, you start to wonder, are you wasting your time? Most people don't realize they're with the wrong person until years have passed, and by then it just feels impossible to walk away. I've been there too. I spent years in wrong relationships, but after going through all of that and reading more than 15 books about relationships, I applied what I learned. And now I met the woman of my dreams, and we've been together ever since. And I can tell you this, there are clear signs to look for. In this video, I'll give you three powerful filters, plus one very obvious yet missable red flag that will help you immensely in your journey of relationships. And if you want a healthier, deeper, more emotionally connected relationship, there is a guide I put together. You can pick it up for free in the description. Let's jump to the first filter. This is something that a lot of people overlook or don't pay it as much attention as they should. And here's what I mean. Is your partner somebody who's curious about life, wants to try new things, craves new experiences, wants to learn, improve, and so on? Or are they stuck in the same habits, routines, and complaints they had for years? They just like everything stable, the same, not changing. So you don't need a partner who matches your every ambition or the one that goes at the same speed as you in life. No, you just need someone with the same mindset, the mindset that life is worth evolving in and that it's good to try new things and do more with your life. Because if you're somebody who's improving and your partner is somebody who stays the same, the gap between you just gets bigger over time and eventually becomes this huge void that you're not sure what to do with anymore. And I learned this the hard way. I was once in a relationship where I was constantly setting new goals, trying new things, and my partner at the time was somebody who was very much stuck in the same place with the same issues. The more I grew, the more I started to notice the gap between us. It wasn't like she didn't want to grow, it was more like she was annoyed that I was growing. Instead of celebrating my progress, it felt like my growth was a betrayal to her, as if I was disloyal for wanting better. And here's the truth. A good partner is not somebody who has to match your every goal and ambition. It's somebody who celebrates your progress and your wins. And they also grow in their own way, so you naturally celebrate their wins as well. If one person is moving forward and the other wants to stay the same, eventually your relationship becomes a tug of war. And one person pulls forward, the other pulls back for comfort, and eventually the rope snaps. Which brings us to our second filter. Every couple has disagreements, conflicts, fights. That's absolutely normal. What's not normal is letting them drag for more than a day. Some people let them drag for weeks. And the issue is that nobody wants to make the first move. The healthiest relationships aren't the ones without conflict. They're the ones where at least one of you is willing to do the first step to try to repair something, even if it's uncomfortable. The partner I mentioned earlier, I had many conflicts, and I was always the first one to fix them. It never felt nice. It's always an uncomfortable feeling because going through your ego is not an easy thing. That's why we always have perspective. Like, I value our connection more than I value my ego. After another absolutely petty fight, I decided not to do anything. I thought to myself, let her be the one to apologize, to reach out. I'm not going to be doing it. Do you know how long I waited? 3 whole weeks. 3 weeks of silence in the same relationship where she was still expecting me to make the first move. I decided to end the relationship. And I was still the one to reach out first. I was pretty much the repair system in the relationship, and she was just waiting. That's not love, that's just laziness. It's unsustainable. Conflict resolution is a shared responsibility. It's showing that you care more about the relationship than your pride. Sometimes it's going to be you reaching out first, sometimes your partner. But if it's always you, then it's a red flag. That means your partner values their own pride more than the relationship. You can build a loving long-term relationship with somebody who rather win a standoff instead of win back your closeness. So ask yourself, are you the one who's always putting pieces together, the one who's always trying to fix all the issues in the relationship? Because if you are, it's only a matter of time before resentment builds. And once resentment creeps in, intimacy dies. Now, let's say you survived the fight. One of you took the first step, managed to patch things up. But then what? Making peace after the fight is not enough if you're not willing to talk things out what caused the fight in the first place. If you can't talk about the little things, there's no way you're going to be able to talk about the big things such as finances, family, general future together. I have this very negative memory of a past relationship where I had this conflict. She would promise we would talk about it in a week. And if I would bring it up in a week, she would brush it off as not serious and stop living in the past. Come on, just like move on. It took me too long to understand. The issue was that every time I tried to dig deeper, have a better connection, I would be shut down. If your partner is not willing to talk things out with you, you have a shallow relationship. A healthy partner isn't somebody who has all the answers. They're somebody who are willing to talk out things properly. Because conversations is where growth happens. That's where trust is being built. That's where you learn about each other. If you ever attempt to talk and gets deflected, laughed off, or turned into an attack, that's not communication. That's avoidance. And avoidance kills connection. But there's one thing I need to warn you about. It's not just a filter, it's a full-blown red flag. And it's this: if they keep bringing up their ex over and over again. Look, it's normal for the past to come up once in a while. Everyone has some sort of history. But it's very much not normal and not okay when it is a constant comparison between you and their past life. That's a sign your partner is still living in the past and they're pulling you into it with them. You can't build a future with somebody who's stuck in the past. It's not fair to you, and it's not a good foundation for a long-lasting relationship. If you manage to spot this early, take it seriously. The right partner will never make you compete with somebody who's not even in the room. They'll be focused instead of building something with you. And that's a relationship worth your time. And if all of this is clicking with you, I've put a free guide that'll help you do exactly that. It's called the 7 Daily Habits of Emotionally Connected Couples. And you can grab it right below in the description completely for free.